What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you. Thank you so much for joining me today on this beautiful day. I hope you all are healthy and well. Today, we'll be checking out a major topic. Yup, another updated topic. I couldn't wait to jump right into this. This was highly recommended. Today, we'll be reacting to Canadian tourism slumps cost U.S. economy $4.5 billion. Look at that keyword, economy, not government. Not government, economy. So it's always on us. It's always on the people, the businesses, our taxes. And it doesn't make sense and it's not fair. They create such madness and it falls back on us people when we don't deserve the backlash. Do we? I don't like, wait a minute. Why my camera look so, okay, we good. But seriously, it's just not fair. And considering that our country is deeply in debt, our government can't do much about anything. So they always turn their backs and look, at the citizens. And that's when they get to raising prices for a few months. And they let us know they have to let us know before they do certain things. They get to changing prices, raising taxes, increasing the rates a little bit. And I noticed that. And I think it's completely unfair because then you're bringing the economy down in a drain, which then it just ruins the country even more, right? If the country is in debt and the economy is failing right now due to businesses and everything, what makes you think it's okay to extort them due to your issues? I don't get it. But I mean, let's jump right into this video. It's very short, 2 minutes and 37 seconds. But you know me, I always got a lot to say, especially about, topics like this. $4.5 billion. How is it costing us though? Well, it is costing us because at the same time, businesses are going out of business. Businesses are failing. People are losing jobs. People aren't making as much money. Prices are going up. Some people aren't even receiving pay. Their pay is on a hold. A lot is currently going on right now. That is costing our economy. Now, this doesn't mean, well, it does mean actually financially. It really does mean financially, actually. Literally. Because think about it. No hours at work. You can't even get a job, or you got laid off. No money. Your business failed. No money. They raised the prices. You need money. Taking more taxes, raising taxes. Why? We need our money. You know what I'm saying? It all comes back to money, and it's always an issue. $4.5 billion, huh?
1 year into a boycott of US destinations.
And this is 1 year. Mind you, this is 1 year, guys. You might want to lower your volume. This is 1 year. So what's going to happen 2 years from now, 3 years from now, 4 years from now, huh? A decade from now. What? Are our lights going to even be on in this country? Seriously? Because if the U.S. isn't making money, how can we provide for the people, the citizens? How can they make their money from their jobs? Stabilization. Be able to afford and live. It can't. This screws everyone in the long run. And I'm looking at the long run. What if the relations don't rejuvenate? What if it gets worse? Or what if people just feel, what if people stick with these feelings for life? Oh no, it's over with. Because it's like me robbing you. If I rob you, do you think that relationship will ever be the same? We could be friends for 10, 20 years, our whole life. Who cares? Our whole lives, 30, 40 years old, 50 years old, and we friends. And I rob you one time. You're going to look at me differently, aren't you? And you're going to be like, wow, I don't know if our relationship will never, I don't know if our relationship will actually be the same. I think it'll never be the same. It'll just change permanently due to something like that. Because you're thinking loyalty. So the minute you break that, we have no reason to do business. We have no reason to do business here. And that goes for anything. That goes for business. That goes for trading. That goes for sports. That literally goes for everything in this world. Relationships. Loyalty is key, guys.
1
Loyalty is
year
key.
into a boycott of U.S. destinations, Canadian travelers have cost the American economy $4.5 billion and
No,
show no inclination of returning in 2026 as trips to the U.S. took another tumble in January. The number of Canadians taking road trips into the U.S.
that was wicked. How you gonna do that and you ain't even use your blinker?
tumble in January.
I'm sorry.
The number of Canadians taking
Oh, oh, let me shut up. He did.
road trips into the US, the most common way of visiting, dropped by 27% last month compared to January of 2025, according to data released Wednesday from Statistics Canada. There was also an 18% year over year decline in air travelers from Canada in January. January was the 12th consecutive month of steep declines in inbound Canadian travel, with double-digit year-over-year drops in both car and air travel to the US every month since April. The volume of Americans visiting Canada was essentially flat in January, with 0.5% fewer Americans heading north compared to a year ago. In 2025, 4 million fewer Canadian travelers visited the US than the previous year, a 22% drop, according to the US Commerce Department's National Travel and Tourism Office. The US Travel Association warned a year ago that even a 10% reduction in Canadian inbound travel could translate to $2.1 billion in lost spending and 140,000 jobs jeopardized in the hospitality and related sectors.
This is what I'm saying.
The actual decline was more than double that hypothetical drop. Given that Canadian tourists spent $20.5 billion in the US in 2024, a 22% decline in visitation in 2025 translates to an economic hit of roughly $4.5 billion.
This has to be the worst analytic drop in history. How could you go from such to such in the span of like 2-3 years? And we excluding quarantine. How, like, if you really look at the charts, we was doing good. We had all the countries coming. We'd had everyone coming. Now we have no one. We have issues with Canada. We have issues with Greenland. Goodness. We have issues with the EU. We have issues with Australia. Shall I keep going? We have issues with the UK now. Putting tariffs on them, making crazy statements now, and this and that. Oh, we're just picking fights with everyone. We're just picking fights with everyone. I got so much.
Translates
I
to
got
an
so much going
economic
on in
hit
my
of
mind. Like
roughly
I want to say.
$4.5 billion. In the years leading to 2025, Canadian tourists were the biggest single source of international visitors to the US, making up roughly 1/4 of all foreign travelers who come to the country, according to the NTTO. The relationship between Canada and the US has been strained by President Donald Trump's hefty tariffs on the country's goods and repeated threats to make Canada the 51st state. The US House voted Wednesday to block tariffs Trump levied against Canada last year, with 6 Republicans joining Democrats despite the president making threats against GOP lawmakers who went against him.
Oh
For more
wow. Oh wow.
on the story, check out the article at the link in the description.
This was great, guys. Original video link will be down below in the description. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section as far as the future between our relationship. Because it's gonna come to a point in time where things don't get better. It is 100. I want to say 100% possible for each and every single country to ditch us. Now, this means putting pride to the side. Well, a lot of countries are in the talks with China, you know, but Russia is another option. Russia is honestly another option, but I don't think anybody else would do business with Russia. I'm not too sure about that. Please let me know in the comments. That's why I didn't even want to make that statement. Because I know for sure that the EU, the UK, Canada, you guys are dealing with China. That is another person that is very dependable, reliable. You can do great, fair business with. They're not bullies. Seriously. And that's a great substitution for the United States. Plus, you get to leave all the BS behind, right? Wow. And then to top it off, those other countries that all went to China, they all can benefit from each other as well. And we are just left in the dark. Please share your honest thoughts in comments towards this. Seriously. How do you think this will actually go towards the future? And as of right now, as of right now, me personally, I don't see anything changing. So I'm not even going to ask, do you see anything that could possibly change currently? Like, no. Numbers are down. Businesses have failed. People are jobless. Unemployment rates are tremendously high, although the unemployed are not getting their checks, their weekly unemployment checks. It's held. It's held off. So they actually end up having to wait that whole year that they was unemployed. Now imagine not being able to work, but not being able to collect your unemployment every week. So now it's like you can't get a job though because or else you can't no longer collect unemployment. But they don't want to give it to you when they're supposed to. You have to wait to the end of the year. It's crazy. You know what I'm saying? And then by the time it's the end of the year, there's deductibles that they taking off because such and such, let's say you didn't claim this right, you didn't do that right. But they hit you up towards the end of the year on purpose. Basically, they took money. They needed to because you didn't do this right or that within your claim. But you can still get this amount. A lot. And it's crazy. So it leaves people to like have to find something to do or so somebody to support them or a way to support themselves without actually getting a job on books. And that is really hard. Not everybody can do that, you know? A lot of people need that stability right there, that very moment. Nobody wants to grind and go do this or that online or try to start this. We got bills to pay. What? You know what I'm saying? I don't get it, man. I don't get it. Please feel free to like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications on. Feel free to follow my Twitch and subscribe to all my other YouTube channels in the description down below. I love you all so much. Thank you so much for joining me today on this beautiful day to react to Canadian tourism. Slump costs U.S. economy $4.4 billion. And that's just the Canadian? That's just the Canadian tourism slump. Although you guys traveled here the most, what about from all the other countries? Because numbers have been decreasing from the EU, from Australia, from the UK. A lot of people have been deciding, hey, I'm going to keep it 100. Why have the numbers of Portugal, like the number of people, the percentage of people from Portugal has skyrocketed? Like they just been traveling to the US like crazy. Now, I feel like it's because of like maybe some support or way we financially help them or this or that, you know. It's like a favoritism for them. So they really don't care. But I noticed that the numbers for people traveling from Portugal have skyrocketed up. While everybody else, I love you all, man. Stay safe, and I hope to catch you all in the next reaction video.